I am Miriam Pisano. I am here with basketball player Patrick Suemnick. Thank you so much for being here today. He recently won First Team All-American with the NJCAA Final Four. How did that feel?
Man, it was an awesome experience going down to the Final Four, and then to top it all off with some accolades. It really was an honor.
And this was only 2 weeks ago, right? It was in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Yeah, out in Hutchinson, Kansas, not much to do, but that helped us keep our focus on the game, and we really put all of our effort into it, and we proved some people wrong. We weren't supposed to make it as far as we did, but when we got there, we had one goal, was to win the whole thing, and we got really close to that.
Really close. So let's go back to the beginning. I know that you're from Green Bay, Wisconsin, but why don't you tell me about your background growing up?
Yeah, so I played a lot of sports. Growing up, I was like at a young age, I was in soccer, I was in gymnastics. I played football and baseball throughout high school. I really didn't start getting into basketball seriously until like my sophomore year of high school. I was like 6'5". I was like, man, I could make some money doing this. Like I could get a scholarship. Like I should focus on this. So that's when I really started, getting in the gym before school, after school, taking it seriously, and that's really when my basketball career began.
What do you think it was about basketball that made you so interested? Like, what did you love about it?
It really was just the thing that could take my mind off of everything that was going on in life, just any problem I had, anything that might be going on at school, at home. Like I pick up that basketball and my mind goes blank. It's something I love to do. It's something that all of my friends at the time did. So it was where I could really bond with the people I grew up with. And then just it was therapeutic to me. So it was really easy to stay with a ball in my hands growing up.
And did you have a favorite basketball player growing up?
Oh, yeah. It's always been Kobe Bryant.
Oh, Kobe Bryant. He's, legend.
Kobe's been my favorite growing up. Just really taking his Mamba mentality, he calls it. It's just really his focus on life, just trying to be the best you can be in every situation. That's what I've carried over to basketball, just me as a person in the classroom. And I really just try to do everything as best as I can. And that's definitely something that I took from Kobe, and I'll forever be grateful for what he's done.
Absolutely. So how did basketball kind of lead you to Triton College? Why did you choose this school?
Yeah, so actually I had visited here when I was a junior in high school. Played against one of the last first team All-Americans, Alondes Williams. I played against him while he was here on the team that won the Division II national championship. And I just, ever since then, I respected them as a really strong program. I ended up going Division I last year, and I knew I wanted to go back JUCO, and it was like, I'm hearing from every JUCO in the country, and it was like, I'm not really sure where to go. Like, all these schools are telling me great things, but in the back of my mind, it was always just like, well, Triton, it's 2 hours away from home. I know it's a great program. I trusted Coach Steve at the time, who was the former head coach, and he told me all great things about Coach Clancy. I built a relationship with Coach Clancy, and it was really just a no-brainer, just given the area, given the coach, given the team that Coach Clancy had put together. It was a no-brainer to come here.
And we were kind of talking before this interview that you really do like the Chicago suburbs, that you really enjoy you live in the Dominican University dorms, and you love the River Forest area, the River Grove neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, especially for JUCO, it doesn't get any better than this. Like, you're, 15 minutes from downtown Chicago. You got whatever you want to do, it's within 15 minutes. You have a beautiful area, like animals, wildlife, living in some great dorms over at Dominican. Like, honestly, just the whole setup they got at Triton, there's really no other junior college that compares, just from the high level and the area you're living in and just the quality of the school. Like, it's definitely a great place to be.
Absolutely. So you had such a memorable season. It's incredible how far the team went, and you kind of brushed over it a little bit at the beginning of this interview. But why don't you tell me kind of what this whole season was like, what the experience was like for you?
Like I said at the beginning of the year, I had 3 goals. I wanted to get recruited to a Power 5 conference. I wanted to make it to Hutch, which is the national championship, and I wanted to be an All-American. And before the season started, I got a couple of offers to some high major schools. Ended up committing to West Virginia University. We obviously made it to Hutch, had a great Final Four run, and then after all of that, the cherry on top was just first team All-American. So it really was a great year. Accomplished a lot of the things that I wanted to do. So it was an amazing year.
Do you have a quote or a mantra that you like to say to yourself in the morning when you wake up? Or, you said you love Kobe Bryant. Is there something that he said that you kind of keep in your mind every day to kind of get you, because you're juggling school and being such a all-star athlete? How do you have something that you use?
I can't remember the exact quote, but it's something like this. It's like, if you're not living the life you want to live right now, why aren't you trying right now? And it's just like, well, man, I wish I was in the NBA right now. I'm sitting in my dorm. It's like, wow, I wish I was just in the NBA right now. What can I do differently right now? Okay, well, let's instead of watching TV, let's watch some film. Or I'm in the weight room. Like, are you where you want to be right now? Like, yes, I love Triton, but I'd rather be on the Lakers. So you know what? when we're doing this workout, we're gonna do every rep like I'm preparing for NBA Finals. When we're in film, I'm gonna watch every clip like I'm preparing for a national championship. And it's just like, if you're not where you want to be in life, like, start working for it always. Like, you can't take any breaks. And when you do that, it's really not any surprise when accolades and success come your way, because you're living really the life that you want to live before you get there.
And you are going to West Virginia University next year, and you are graduating from Triton in May. What was your major at Triton College?
Triton, I was in pre-professional science, so I could get my associate degree, but I plan on continuing my major in biomedical engineering.
Okay, and so when you are at West Virginia University, tell me what you're most looking forward to about playing basketball there.
I'm most excited to hopefully play in a March Madness. We made it to our national tournament out in JUCO, and the Final Four wasn't enough for me. I want to go play in a national tournament again, and I want to win it. I want to ring. So just being able to play at the highest level in the best conference in college basketball, having an opportunity to go and compete at a national level, that's what I'm looking forward to most.
And you do want to play professional basketball one day. Is there a dream team? I mean, now we're in the Chicago area. Do you want to play for the Bulls? Or you mentioned the LA Lakers. Where is like your dream team that you would like to play for?
Yeah, I guess my dream would be to actually play for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
Just close to home. That's been my favorite team growing up. But honestly, like, I know I'm gonna play professionally after. I want to play this game as long as I can, whether that's overseas in the NBA, whatever it is. I know that I'm gonna be sticking to basketball for as long as my legs can carry me.
That's incredible. And so, outside of basketball, is there a career path that you think you would want to pursue? Or is it just basketball?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm keeping the focus on basketball. I'm not saying that I don't pay attention in school or anything. Like, I still have 4.0, so I'm keeping that option open. But I like to not really focus on plan B too much, because that takes focus away from your plan A. So obviously basketball right now is my main focus, but I'm making sure I leave the door open for whatever I might have in the future when basketball is all said and done.
I have heard that if you only have a plan A and you don't have a plan B, that usually you're more focused on your plan A. Every business podcast I've ever listened to has said that.
Yeah, that's the truth. Just really when you put all your eggs in one basket, people say that's a risk, but it's really the people who take the risks who have the success that follows it. So got to take that risk and bet on yourself that if it doesn't work out, you're going to be able to turn it around.
Okay, and I am going to ask you a very controversial question. Do you prefer Michael Jordan or LeBron James? So being a 90s kid from Chicago, I will argue Michael Jordan all day.
Yeah.
But I want your opinion because you know much more about basketball than I do.
See, I actually had just gotten an argument probably for 2 hours, maybe even 3, at Hutch with Coach EP on our team, Edmund Pryor. And he was saying Michael Jordan, and me and a couple other guys are saying LeBron James, and we kind of went back and forth for a while. And yeah, he had a little more facts to the argument than I did, so just accepting the intellectual argument. Yes, okay, I'll agree now. Michael Jordan's better. Michael Jordan's better.
Okay. I mean, it's just so much a part of our childhood. I mean, you're much younger than me, but my childhood growing up, it's just Michael Jordan will always be the GOAT. But so many people that love basketball will say LeBron James.
Yeah, it's hard to not recognize what LeBron is doing right now. Like, he's definitely, if he's not number one, he's number 2 for sure. So it's definitely a good debate, but when you really sit down and look at the stats, yeah, you got to go with Michael Jordan.
Do you have another favorite athlete outside of basketball, like a favorite baseball player?
Yeah, no, I really just kind of stick to basketball.
Okay.
It used to be Aaron Rodgers, just growing up in Green Bay, but since last year he wanted to, I don't know, think about leaving and do everything he did. I don't know. He kind of lost his spot as my favorite.
Okay. Do you like the Cubs or the White Sox now that you're living in the Chicagoland area?
Gotta go with the Cubs.
The Cubs.
Gotta go with the Cubs. That's that history, just Wrigley and all, just the history behind it.
And when you're not playing sports and going to school, you're a very busy guy. But what do you like to do for fun?
I'm not like a sit around and watch Netflix or a TV guy. I'm more of like an experience guy. So it's like I want to go see some place I've never seen before. Like I visited the Shed Aquarium, went to the Museum of Science Industry. Like to go to escape rooms, just seeing new places, doing new things. Just trying to get out of when you're an athlete, a student athlete, you're on campus a lot. I just like to get off campus and do something, just more life.
Okay. Is there anything that you wanted to add that you think I missed about you or your career or basketball?
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Thank you.